Environmental damage. What can you do to help? Over the last centuries, humans have been developing new ways of producing their goods and services. And as the time went in, we came up with new, faster ways to do stuff like transportation or mass production. But were these ways healthy for the earth? Were we thinking on the environment when we came up with these ideas? We were not. As these techniques advanced, we created more efficient ways to do stuff, but we damaged the planet. We contaminated rivers, deforested our jungles and forests, and made the air unbreathable. We caused global warming, and now every one of us must do something about it. Even if it's simple, if we all do something, it will make a big change. We are now presenting you tips that you can do by yourself at home to help improve the environmental situation of the planet. Number one, implement mass transportation in your lifestyle. You can use public transportation as a way of helping to improve the environmental situation, as only in one bus can fit many people instead of one or two people using a single car and contaminating much more. If you have a car and you are going to on your own to your destination, why not sharing your vehicle with other people? Not only you will make them not use their car and save some money because of it, but it will also help with the mobility of the city.
Tip number 2. Cut your electricity use. Now we can talk about using less electricity in our homes. We should start by changing all the bulbs that produce yellow light for LED bulbs or bulbs that produce white light. Also, we can take advantage of the natural light by letting our curtains open in the day, so we can use the natural light instead of the artificial light. That is less efficient and more polluting, due to there are still many plants in the world that produce electricity with petrol. Tip number 3. Lower your meat intake. Nowadays, people do not believe that eating meat contaminates our planet, but it's true. Actually, the livestock is responsible of the 9% of the CO2 emissions in the world. The stock breeding also requires a lot of space, resources, and attention, and that's what damages the most our planet. Talking about the space that they demand is really big. People cut many trees so that they can place their cows in those fields. Then the massive use of water, pesticides and residues that contaminates the floor and the rivers that are near of these areas.
Tip number 4. Quit smoking. Smoking, besides damaging our health and causing serious illness, contaminates the air. It must seem like one cigarette doesn't damage the planet, but many people smoke more than one cigarette a day, and all those people smoking creates a great quantity of damaging greenhouse effect gases. Tip number 5. Avoid single-use plastics. Sometimes we use a lot of plastics to avoid having to wash, like at a party or when you go to the supermarket. But you can use other alternatives like paper or our classic porcelain and glass. All of those plastics that you have only used once end up in the ocean, damaging the underwater ecosystems, and animals think it is safe to eat them and end up dying suffocated. Tip number 6. Support companies that are ecologic. If you help support companies that are ecologic, not only are helping the planet from yourself, but also you are encouraging all other companies to become eco-friendly. Companies from industries like cosmetic, pharmaceutic, and others like vehicle production need to change and become eco-friendly, avoiding tests on animals, reducing fossil fuel, and not support deforestation to help the planet. Number 7. Recycle. If you recycle, you will be helping the planet from home. You can turn a big plastic bottle into a flower pot, reuse clothes, and the like. If you recycle, you will be avoiding some plastic from getting to the ocean and by separating your garbage. It will be easier from organic compost to break down and come back to the environment, and it will be easy also for people to make recycled paper. Finally, tip number 8, save water. You can save water in many ways. You can close the faucet while washing your teeth, take shorter baths, and gather rainwater to use it in your toilet. This will not only help your pocket, but it also will take care of the water and helping you to reduce your water use. If you implement these little actions in your life, you will be helping the planet and we will make a big change improving the environmental situation of our home, the planet.